everybody? I am Roxi Fab, and you are watching and listening to the Fab and the Furious. This is us. All right, we're going to start with the introductions once again. This is Belito Garcia. You can find him at Instagram, who is Belito Garcia. Next to him is Naomi Studevin. You can find her on Instagram at Nay_AKA_Phoenix. Her alter ego. To the right of her is Cassandra Marshall on Instagram. You can find her at CZM5847. And to her right is my friend Kahaun Vicks. And you can find him at Instagram at KAHAUN. And me, I'm Roxi Fab. You can find me on Instagram at Roxi Fab, ROXIFAB. So again, this is the Fab and the Furious. And today we're going to talk about what is your definition, Lord, what is your definition of dating? You know, because a lot of people have many definitions of dating. They think that, I believe that dating is dating. If I want to date multiple people at one time, I'm supposed to be able to do that because the process is I'm getting to know you. You know what I mean? And I may get to know you, and I don't want to say I've wasted 3 months by not seeing anybody else, but then I don't like you. So it's a multiple thing. But a lot of men, when women say, "Oh no, we're seeing a different," I see about 5 people. I'm dating about 5 people right now. Then I'm a whore. Okay? Mm-hmm. Because I'm automatically assumed that I'm sleeping with all 5 people. Mm-hmm. All right? And you know, so that's, I know, Belito, I know. I didn't even look at you. I saw you hand on.
He put that phone down. He's getting ready. I'm listening right now.
No, I thought he was getting ready to say, that's not it. You know? But you know, so you have that. To me, that's an understanding. You gotta understand that that's what dating is. It's a getting to know process. But I know with everybody, it's different. So get down. Okay. We're gonna start that way instead of starting this way, and then we'll just jump in from where you are.
What definition of dating?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess just going out, talking. I don't know if it's a time frame on it. Could be short, could be long, like you say. I gotta date multiple people to find who I want. And to me, it's just basically the process of looking for somebody to be in a committed relationship with.
Right. So when you're dating, right? Okay. So when you're dating, your end goal is a relationship.
No. Okay. So it could be. It could be I'm just dating because I'm out here. I'm in these streets, right? I'm dating for the purpose of now I want to settle down, so I'm dating with that intention. So I guess dating does then depend on
right
your intention.
Okay, so do you date when you don't want to do any of those things, or you just chill?
Well, I mean, when I was young, I guess you just got to be out in the streets.
Right. I guess when I don't want to
you
date,
can't just be home.
I just don't do it, you know. I don't. If I meet somebody, I'm like, hey, how you doing? And I just, you know, because I'm not there. I don't want to date. Like, we can shut it down. I don't know.
Well, maybe we date.
Yeah.
So we don't date when we don't have no.
Oh, here we go. How many times have I missed my wifey material? Because right.
I'm not. You know, so it's like, it's like dating for me. My perception of dating is you giving your time to get to know someone. But if you don't know yourself, again, it goes back to knowing yourself. So if you don't know yourself and you're dating this guy on Monday and that girl on Tuesday or whatever, you know, your preference is, you're giving a lot of yourself, whom you don't know, to someone who probably doesn't really care to know you or get to know you. So then you find yourself at the end of the week or at the end of whatever the time period is, by yourself, disappointed, and wondering, what's wrong with me? Was it me? Or did I say something wrong? You know, and it's like, you hear people say, you know, dating, you know, I'm dating. And it's like, all right, but when did you take time to go out with yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Because once you go out with yourself and get to know yourself, you won't waste your time with a bunch of other people that
Right,
you don't
absolutely.
really need to get to know.
Right, because
Because
you'll know.
you'll know. So there
You'll
won't
know.
be no
I'm
dating.
not going to do that.
Yeah.
So that's dating with intention. Then.
Well, I mean, what's the what? So
It's in there.
all right. So
It depends.
what's
Well,
life
say,
without
I'll
intention?
say when you're a younger man, sometimes women too in this new generation.
Well, I mean, that's
But no, I get it. I dated without a whole bunch of
You-
intention back in the day.
You basically just go, all right.
Intention.
So I see a girl, yo, she got
I mean,
fat
I had-
ass, whatever.
No, but when
I
you're
had
younger,
I had an intention. but it
I'm
wasn't-
dating
might not have
basically
been
just
being no
to get her in the bed. I don't want to be with
yeah,
her.
but I mean,
Right.
it's either some kind of it's
Is
either
that dating? So
Right, but
that's
is that
that's
dating?
the thing. Like the
I'm
definition.
dating her. I gotta pay
that
for some
is-
meals, and
Okay.
maybe I calculate in my mind.
By meal
Maybe
3,
judging on her
That's what
personality.
they say
Yeah.
these days.
Right.
She,
But I
a,
mean-
she a nice restaurant girl. I gotta take her to 2 nice restaurants,
But how do you know?
and then maybe I gotta do this based on our interaction
Based on
and
your
what my
interaction.
perception
I
is.
don't know. I guess maybe because I go off of vibes and
And I
energy.
get my goal.
I don't really go too
And
much
I
off of
move on.
looks.
Right. Okay.
You know, you can look like the baddest chick in the world, or whoever they say has the body, the
Mhm.
baddest body or whatever. But to me, it means nothing. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna shout out names or anything like that, but there's certain celebrities that people go crazy over. Oh my God, did you see her? And I'm like, I mean, she's just a woman to me. You know, it's like there's nothing about her physically. You know, everything. I mean, everything about her physically might be like, oh yeah, she got a nice butt and nice breasts, nice legs. Oh,
But I don't
lips
know
is
her.
not. But not just that I don't know her. It's just her vibration is low or her frequency. We're just not on the same vibe. So I could be walking down the street and feel something and be like, I just felt something, and turn around and see someone who might not look like that magazine or that TV celebrity or whatever, but her vibration is right. And so if we're on the same vibration, we're gonna automatically connect off of that.
Is this now?
Hmm?
Is this
Yeah,
now
this
or
is-
you always?
No, I've always been like that. You know, even
even
because I was that guy.
20s.
Yeah, when I was a young boy, I used to get, like, my homies used to bust on me because it was like, you got homies that's like, yo, man, she got to be like a size 6 and this and that. And then you got another boy that's like, no, man, I like my big girls, I need a big girl. And then one day you might see me talking to a little bony John. And then next week you see me talking to a thick John. And then he's like, what does he like? What is he into, Then it's like, well, if you get caught up on, I need me, a
Right.
chick that look like this, then the one for you might not look like that. But it also depends on where are you?
Right.
Spiritually, mentally, financially, physically, all that. Like, where are you at?
Well, it's definitely that though,
Mentally.
because I mean,
You
I
know,
think
so
that it's the same thing
to
with the law of
me-
attraction.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what I
so
mean?
when it comes
Like-
to dating, I'm not going to, like, put my time in unless there's some kind of connection there. And it has to be like it has to be more than just a physical connection. So everyone, I can't answer, like, what is dating and, do people still date? I mean, everyone has their own thing. I remember, in junior high school, I'm
Well, do you
seeing
date?
somebody.
You know they.
I don't think I date, no.
Okay.
No, I don't date.
So what do you?
I see something, I vibe, I feel the vibration. We exchange some words. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? It's a conversation first.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't talk or just have a conversation for at least 5-10 minutes, then it's like, well, I don't need to take you out, sit with you for 2 hours and and talk about nothing. Like,
Right.
So it's like, I'm not gonna date you. But if we can sit down, if I meet you at a bus stop and we have a great conversation while we're waiting for the bus, I might have an interest in you now. Like, man, she really can hold a conversation. I like the way she elaborates on her words, and I just like her thought and ideas and on just how she feels and how she perceives life.
So once you're going out
Yeah.
with this person, what if
Then
while
I'm
you're
just
with this
talking to her.
person, you feel another vibe?
No,
You ignore that
you
vibe?
not see.
It's a vibe.
That's,
The
you're not, if you're just out there, if you know what you're looking for, it's just like a man gets married. That doesn't mean he's done being attracted to other women.
Absolutely.
Right. But it's the man who knows, well, I found what it is that I was looking for and I feel like I needed. So now that I found it, I don't care who walks by and smells good and feels good or whatever. I already have what I'm looking for. I'm going to build with that. And if that doesn't work, then, the next vibe, person that walks by and I feel I'm indulge.
okay.
But
So you'll get in
To-
something, and then if it's not vibing, then you'll get out of it.
Then I
You
get
won't-
out of it.
You won't get in something and it's vibing, and then get in something else. And
no,
it's not
I'm not
vibing.
going to go out with you on Monday and then holler at you on Wednesday. That's too much energy.
All right. Okay.
know,
It's too much.
yeah, it's too much energy because it's like
And you always thought like that?
I always thought like that. You know,
No, that's
I was
definitely
that weird
interesting.
kid.
Yeah.
I was that weird
Belito's
kid.
an interesting
You
guy.
know, I was that weird kid. You know, like if people, I was, you know, I was hard to read as a child. You know, and I'm hard to read now as an adult. You know, it's people that I just don't get you sometimes, and it's like, well, it's not for you to get me. You know, so why are you trying to get me? It's like, if I'm feeling you, you're gonna know, and they're all gonna know.
Right.
You know, they might be like, well, dang, you know, I thought he was handsome and everything, but I mean, I see how he look at you, girl. Like, I'm not even gonna waste my time because you're gonna know, and everyone else gonna know. And if you don't know, they're gonna be like, girl, you see how he look at you?
Right.
You know, so it's gonna be obvious. You know, so it's like it's gonna be hard for me to, you know, to look at you and be like, yeah, I'm feeling you and everything, and then to look at her and say the same thing. Because now in my mind I'm like, well, shit, what the hell, you know, and it's just I can't. It's just too much to juggle.
You know what?
It's just too much to juggle.
I do.
It's a lot to take in. Cause
Like, I'm kind
but
of
it's
where
too
you
much
are
to
with
juggle.
it at a younger age.
Yeah, at a younger age.
The
it
sad
doesn't
thing is
matter.
that the him has a hard time because of the younger yous. Because somebody like me, when a guy is saying too much of this, sometimes, especially if I'm on the phone, the eyes are rolling in the back of my head like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right? It sounds like the cap up. Because in the younger years, that's what it was. The cap up. All right. You gonna give me what I want? You gonna give me what I want? Cool. All right, next one. You give me what I want? You gonna give me what I? All right, next one. So eventually, as a woman, even somebody saying like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful," like, thanks. Cool. Like it's not like, "Oh my gosh, you think I'm cute." It's like, really? Thanks. I always
but
think
it's-
of
it's-
Chris Rock in Bigger and Blacker. He says, my favorite. He says, every woman from the age of about 14 has been offered dick. And that's how it is. So for us, it's kind of like, what else you got? From the age of 14, people have been trying to give me the same thing. Believe it or not, it's not that much different from the next one. So, what else are you bringing me for me to even bat an eye at you or stay long enough to hear what you have to say? But that's how a lot of guys, that's where they lead. That's what they lead
Okay,
with.
so if I lead differently, if I come to you
Right.
and I'm talking to you on the phone and I'm sharing like, yeah, you know, I'm digging your vibe. You know, I noticed that when you were sitting down, you know, you kept pushing your hair to the side. You know, I noticed that. And you're like, bro, you notice that? I'm like, yeah, you know, and you do this little twitch with your eye, you know, when something, you know, something's
Right.
uncomfortable with you.
Right.
And, you know, you're looking at him like, oh, this guy's corny, you know.
You're like, oh
And
shit,
then-
for real?
No, I'm gonna say,
No,
but
listen.
it's something.
No, because-
Why
I want
you
to
paying
say
so hard? Why you paying so much attention?
Yeah, same thing.
Dude.
That's the exact.
He
That's
noticed
what
my
I'm
twitch.
getting to. That's what I'm getting to. Like,
know.
so, you know, so it's like, you meet that guy. You meet that guy who's paying that much attention to you because he's just so into you, and you're like, he noticed my twitch. What's wrong with him? Stalker. You know.
Bernard, you thinking like,
See, I'm somewhere in between.
And I'll be
I
like,
have to
words.
hear if it's if it sounds like you're saying like I've dated a guy that every conversation, hello beautiful, hello beautiful, hello. All right, come up with something else. Like say something else.
So
I don't want to hear the same.
Like, what's up,
exact-
shorty?
So are
No, I'm saying that to me, what it sounds like is
Okay,
that
so
it's
today you're
forced, and that
beautiful.
today it's me, and you're saying, "Hey, baby, hey, beautiful, how are you? Good." Tomorrow you're on the phone with Shanice.
Hey, beautiful.
Hey,
But how do you
beautiful,
know that?
doing?
It's
How do
the
you-
common
Because a lot
word,
of
so you don't
times-
mix up the name.
So it's the is that what it is?
But a lot of times you
Wow,
don't
see,
hear.
so a guy is like, so it doesn't matter if the
Natural.
guy's
He might
out there
call
just
you
to get
somebody
the draws, or if the guy's out there really to get to know you. You as a woman, you already have all these.
So there's a
things in
natural
your head.
already a built-in mistrust.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely, to a certain extent.
I don't have that.
Alright. So therefore, we can go. This goes back to last week's topic as far as like, you know, why ain't you married yet? Because you probably was talking to your husband.
No, that's interesting.
You know.
When I was dating, I feel like I'm 40, but
Mhm.
maybe I look younger.
Right.
But I've always been into the cars. So in a lot of cases, like I would actually have to pull out my real like registration and all that and show girls sometimes, because in some cases they wouldn't believe that it was actually my stuff.
like you said.
And I had like more than
That's
one.
that materialistic.
So it would
Why
be
should
like,
I
yo,
get
you was in
your
a
car?
BMW yesterday. Now you in this Range Rover. Who John is this? Your cousin? I'm like, it's mine.
Yeah.
And they would be like, what? you lying. Like, and it's
How
like,
you
no.
affording that? No.
Yeah, and it's like, why would I lie?
What
to
you doing?
Right,
You see?
right.
Nah,
I don't have a reason to
Mess
lie
with
to you.
him.
It was like, I didn't know
But
you.
it's from the gate.
I'm
the-
telling you
It
the
is,
truth.
and I think
the
it
gate.
is.
Now that girls
Yeah.
actually be like, let me see the registration. Let's see if it's really your name on
That's
it.
when you
That is crazy. I was about to say now
That's
to
another-
me, there's
I
a
wasn't mad at him.
certain
so I'm
thing.
gonna tell y'all a little bit about the young boy me.
That's not cool.
All right, young boy me is walking up to you like, yo, what's good? We fucking? Or yeah, you know, I don't
Exactly.
know. Sense of-
No, we
and, you know,
On top,
I thought he was saying that it
that
was
was me
fine.
back in the day. I didn't, you know, because
I respect
because
it.
I already knew.
You
Like,
ask her
listen,
name first?
huh? I ain't asked no name. I ain't asked no name. I didn't care because that's all. Like, listen,
Out of 10 girls that worked how many times?
listen.
Like 4 out of 10?
Yeah, 4 out of 10.
40%? That's,
Yeah.
that's good
Yeah.
numbers.
That's a good number. That's a
But,
good number.
but that's the thing where it's like you got the guy who can come off like that,
Yes, you do.
and then but you look at him like, oh girl, he just came on me out
But you know what?
crazy and stuff. You
Here's
know?
the thing.
But then the guy
I
who's like,
respect it.
excuse me, miss,
I
can I buy you a
respect
drink?
it. No, but you know what? I respect it, and that's the difference. Guys will always say that. Well, if I say no, that girl is out there for you.
Yeah,
The
and I
one
found that when I
that,
wanted
but
it.
that's my point. But what I don't like is the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Mm.
Don't
But see-
pretend. Don't pretend that you're the. Oh, I like the color of your eyes. I like the way you swoop your
When you
hair.
really want-
But really, in the back of your mind, like, all right, this date number 1. All right, now 2. All right, the countdown on. Like,
But if he,
shit,
but if
right
he was,
me
that,
up.
if he was
So-
that guy, you wouldn't.
I like the honesty.
Which-
Since
my
he
thing is
was
that-
honest like that, I can respect
Exactly,
that
because
so
my thing
much.
is,
yeah.
give me that choice.
Yeah,
Because
exactly,
I
and
might
that's
be
the
in that mode. I might be
Right.
in a mode where I'm like, listen,
Hallelujah.
it's that time.
Yeah.
Let's get down. Or I might be like, listen, that's not really
I'm
what
not
I'm
in
in
that place
for.
right now, right.
So again, we can still be cool. We
You
might
wanna
even
be
be able to
offended?
still hang.
Nah.
No.
No,
I want you to
listen.
be honest with me
Here's
because,
not-
like I said, I might be in that same mode.
Because I used to
That
be like
now?
that. I used to be like that.
Or younger.
I used to be like that in my 30s.
You? To a guy.
In my 30s.
That's okay.
Yeah, in my 30s.
You know,
That's
But-
okay for
I
women.
was like, so what time's breakfast tomorrow, baby? That was my game line right there. My game line, I would go right up and be like,
But most women would be offended if you talk to
so
them like
what?
that.
Nah,
honestly.
and I've
Well,
always wanted
It
somebody
depends on the
else.
situation and where you at.
Yeah, it depends on the situation or he would.
And
Why don't you say
and
the
your
truth?
Here's the thing.
And the
Here's the-
I mean, you just can't walk
We've
up
been
to
taught not to
me.
do that.
You can't walk
Yeah,
up to
but
me
here's
and
the
just say,
thing.
"What's up, beautiful? Let's fuck."
I seen a guy talk to
was
a,
not-
I seen
it
a
was
guy
no
talk to a
beautiful.
stripper
You
like
know,
that.
It
one
was
time.
no beautiful.
No.
She was about to
Because
hit
he
him
was
with
a
a bottle.
stripper.
It
And
wasn't
his
no
thought
beautiful.
process
gets
was,
me
you a
feeling-
stripper,
Right,
this is what
right.
you do.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, you still
That's
gotta
all you
talk to
deserve,
me
right?
Right.
like a
I
lady.
get
Don't
that
just
part.
be like, what's up?
Yeah,
I'm
but I
not
mean,
sure,
but
whatever.
listen,
Right.
you have to, you know, as a man, you observing and seeing like, yeah, she probably with it.
Mm.
You know,
Mhm.
and then you going, you know,
It's
'cause-
that vibe
and
and
yeah,
that
and
energy.
then you
That's
just
what
go
I'm
walk up to
vibing
her like,
at.
oh, we fucking like.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I know for a
Because
fact
if
I don't
anything-
give off that vibe.
because
So
if
for you to
anything,
come
she
out and
already-
be like that,
no,
there's
but if
no
anything-
way.
No, but if anything, she already eyeing you. You know, she already
That's what I'm
eyeing you.
saying.
So
You
you
get
scope in the
that
room,
vibe.
you see who's vibing with you, who's feeling you and whatnot, and you just go kind of go around the room. You know, what's up, Shirley?
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like I get the kind of guys that they'll see, okay, she not the easy type. This gonna be a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Let me see what I can do. Let me tell her
Depends on
this.
where
Let
you
me
at.
tell her
Depends on where
that. Let me
you at.
do this. Let me do that. And then I'll eventually get to what I want. Whereas don't
Yeah, then he
fool,
gonna end
don't
up like
play.
Boomerang.
Don't try to play me.
Right.
Exactly. That's how I see it too.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. We all end up damaging each other. It's like a cycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that mistrust, those women that were like that with you with the car, that's because how many guys I know people, and I'm not an investigator type. I know people that if a guy say, oh, this is my house. Why say that this title is in such and such and such a name? They'll do that and lo and behold, they're lying. So usually when people are to that point, like I would never ask somebody, well, show me proof.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not going through all of
I would
that.
never do
But
that.
they
I got
probably
it, though. I
were
wasn't mad
that
at
deep.
No,
But
still.
no,
I
you
wouldn't-
shouldn't feel that, you know
But
what I
see,
mean? That much
You know,
mistrust.
you was cool with that, but I would have looked at her like, show you proof. Where's your card? You know, if you want to come in like that, where's your
Why don't you
card?
start putting
Why
me
does
up?
it
know.
matter?
Yeah,
Whether
'cause
it's
it's
mine or
like,
not.
yeah, but I mean, but
Right.
if I'm talking to you and you're looking at me and talking about something, is that your card? Let me see.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's how you feel. Like, oh, so
Right.
we
Is this all it's about? Right.
Yeah, it's about cars. I holler at your boy.
Right.
You know, I ain't got time for you.
Right.
So just like to say, you know, back in the day, you know, you walking up in the club and you know, shorty looking at you like, what's good, shorty? We out. You know, either she gonna be with it or she not gonna be with it. But here's the thing too, you got most guys who is like, you might not be with it today, but I'm sure if I see you next week, you might be with it. So I'll holler at you later. How you doing?
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, but that's the guy with who has the confidence level that's there.
Right.
Because you got that one guy who's gonna be like, yo, what's up, Shorty, what's up? And then she don't give him no play. Well, fuck you then.
That's
you know.
right.
The-
Oh my
he got no
That
confidence.
dude, like,
He got no
my
confidence
God.
because he saw one
I
person
need
that
so
he
many
probably
of
thought he
them.
can get.
I
You know,
need a million
but it's
of them.
like, but you got the ball
I
who's
mean, like,
like,
I'm
who
good.
knows, you know,
And this is
who
my
knows.
face. I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to change that.
I say
So
I'm
like,
okay.
No, I'm good. Thank you. You know what I mean? But
okay.
there was times where I'd be like,
Yes.
I'm good.
But on the,
matter
on
with
the
your
dating
girlfriend,
subject, would y'all do that?
What's the
What?
matter with
Did
your
they do that? You
girlfriend?
stupid bitch.
Or did you
I ain't
ever
wanna-
do
I'm
this?
like, yo,
But that's the thing, like, I didn't
Where
really,
you already know.
as a young boy, I didn't
I mean,
think
that's for the question for the woman. In y'all dating phase, in some cases, like either young or now, when you already know, like maybe a guy not your type, or you don't know, but for the sake of like the date and going out for meals and drinks, or even if God want to buy you drinks, like you'll accept it. Like still to this day.
I don't do that.
I'm less now.
I-
I'm really like
occasionally.
right now.
Drinks,
Not
yes.
really.
No.
Cause I know a girl that would do that all the time.
See, it's not-
Yeah,
I don't.
Because
I've always
my
been
tolerance
Nice
level
places.
is lower now when it comes to like if I can't, like he was saying before, if I can't hold a conversation with you and my emotions typically show on my face, or we're face to face. Like I've had a time where I'm like, you can go, like I got my tab, like we're good, because there was just no vibes, no connection. Like I was good. And a meal, I can take myself out for a meal. I can pay for a meal. So a meal alone is not gonna, it becomes a waste of time. Usually when I date, to me, dating is, I do date multiple people at a time. That's my preference. I like to have a rotation. And what typically happens is if I start off with say 3 to 5, and then as I'm going out with them, it dwindles down. And to the point where it's one person that has all my time, all my attention. That's the person I'm focusing on. And that's the person that I end up with in a relationship with 9 times out of 10. But if I'm not feeling the conversation or anything like that, it's not going to last long.
So what if
Yeah, I don't waste the time. I was gonna say I don't waste the time.
Right.
To answer your question.
Oh, and that
if I
was
meet
part of
somebody,
it.
yeah, if I meet somebody who, like you said, is buying like to me, when you first see somebody, it's physical immediately. I don't care what anybody else says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at you because I think you're attractive. Period. Now, once I get to, if I have a conversation with you and then it's like, oh, his personality sucks, then I'm done.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't. Well, he likes to spend money, and I could let him take me out to dinner. I was never her.
No.
I mean, never in my younger and right now. I was never her. One, I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste yours. 2, I was just never I was never the money chick. And when I say that, like a couple months ago, my person who I'm dating, he has a good job, he's cool, but you don't need to spend money on me all the time. I'm not really into that. You know what I mean? We can make it cozy, keep it cute. You know what I mean? We can get a pizza. We can get a 40. I'm that girl. Okay? It's a real rap. You know what I mean? He likes 45. Cold 45. That's what he drinks. We can get a 40. I'll get some Pilsner glasses. We can make it picnic style. And I'm her, and I've always been her. Like, nah, you don't have to do that for me. Is it nice? Yeah. And do we do it? Yeah. But I don't like to do it all the time. It's just not, money-wise, I'm just not into that. And then there's times where I'll say, no, I got it. You know what I mean? If you know what you want to do, or what you want to do. Look, I mean, I don't know. I think
And wasting time,
I don't
that
like
was the
women
part
who do that.
that I really wanted to focus on, is that when I think about people that I've dated seriously or was in relationships with, I can't think of anybody I'd be like, oh, that was a waste of my time. Because I don't waste if I feel like it's going downhill, things aren't working, I cut it off. And that's the thing, I might get out too soon sometimes, I don't know. But I've learned from every relationship. I can say like,
What did you
I'll
learn
be
from
corny.
that relationship?
Ariana's Grande song, Thank You Next.
Right.
Part of what she says is, I learned this from him. I got that from him. That I don't leave anything without taking something. And that's whether it's a job or a relationship. When I leave, I learned something, I took something from it. And so what you were asking about the, just because all that, I can't spend too much of my precious time with somebody.
Precious time.
It is not working.
Your time is more precious than the guy's.
I never said that his was more, mine was more precious. I said my precious time.
Alright.
I do consider my time precious.
Yeah,
And
but
people
so-
still
so
go
if
out
you're
there.
dating-
So
if you're
you've
dating-
never wasted time? Hold on.
I don't feel like I've ever wasted time. No.
You've never ever, and you're not 40 yet.
I know.
You've never wasted no time.
No, like I said, but I
Like
don't
why?
think that that's necessarily a great thing because I also, when I look back, I think I might have called it quits too soon as well.
Right,
I
yeah.
might have said, you know what, enough of that. I'm
My
not
mother-
dealing.
I'm telling you,
I've
my
had a
mother
whole
says
lot
that all
of.
the time.
I'm not dealing with that, and I can walk away and
Don't
don't
say.
think twice
My
about
mother,
it.
no, 'cause my mother says that. My mom and dad, I think in May they'll be celebrating 53 years of marriage in May. My parents,
Okay.
and my mother has said that about every last one of my friends and their marriages, who
Mhm.
they no longer have,
Right.
or their relationships or whatever. What y'all's problem is y'all want to put in the work. Y'all give up too fast. So you got to deal with some things. You got to work through some things. You got to forgive some things. And y'all too busy. I'm like, yo, I ain't got time for that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but see,
I'm not
that's the
forgi-
problem.
And that's what.
And that's what it's hard to
Yeah.
find that middle line because I've
Yeah,
seen
but-
people that have been like, I spent 5 years and I wasted 5 years
But you learn
and
something.
10
No, but
years,
that's-
and I'm
you learn
like,
something.
No, but that's because 5 years, all the signs were there and she ignored them.
that's what I do believe that too.
10 years, all the signs
And
were there and you
we
ignored
kept
them.
saying, but I love him.
Or
No,
fall
it's
in love
not-
with
Or
No,
we
but
gonna
here's-
do, or we
Oh,
gonna,
he got
Listen.
potential.
or we gonna fix him.
I'm a
Cause
ride.
you know he's
Yeah,
It's
y'all
a
think
little
y'all can fix
shaping
him.
and a little
Yeah, y'all
love,
think
and
y'all can fix
we
him.
can shape him the way
We
we
can
want
fix
because I
him.
see the potential in him.
Right.
Y'all think y'all can fix them.
We
And
do.
another thing too, with a lot of times was people end up loving the other person more than they love themselves.
yes.
That's
And that
100%,
becomes a
yes.
problem.
Yeah.
And
That's a
again,
major problem.
the only reason you're gonna love somebody else more than you love yourself because you don't love yourself.
To
You know,
begin with, going in.
to begin with, you went into that relationship looking for someone to fulfill you, complete you,
Right.
without not realizing that you're complete already.
That's just added.
You
And
know,
if you're not, you need to work on that
Work
before
on
you
that
go get in a
before you go get
relationship.
That goes for men and women.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
you
what-
can't be out there thinking that you're half a person
Looking for that.
and
Right.
looking for the other half.
Right.
You know, because
You're
you're going to
whole.
be dating all these halves,
Right. You are.
and you know,
Exactly.
and
It's
they're
not-
all going to be halves that don't fit.
You better tell me,
You know.
Belito. Tell me again.
You know, you're half a pie, and you trying to get with a square, and it's like it's not going to work.
Tell me again.
You know,
I'm
so it's
telling
like
you.
you know,
But that's why you definitely spending the time by yourself. So
Yeah, you
I
gotta
know
get
there
to
was a
know
period
you.
of time where I didn't date. Part of it was I was in grad school, so I couldn't even wrap my head around trying to date as well. But me not dating for that period of time and just being with me is when I learned a lot about, okay, you do this a lot, or you got this going on,
Yeah.
or maybe you should try this. You do have, because some people
Yeah,
jump
who put all
in
these
from
dishes in
one
the sink?
relationship.
Oh, damn, I'm dirty. You know, it's just you.
People
You
jump
know?
in from
Right.
one, but see now that's the other. That's a whole other
So
concept.
Cassandra,
Living together, whatnot.
guys, everybody talked about it. You had some little sentences, but what is your? I don't want to say perception of dating, but what is
Definition.
yours? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well,
Shit,
she's
I have no
honest with
idea.
herself, though.
Like.
And she probably never dated. She probably just got, took the time to get to know someone. I ain't working and dip, right? Or
No,
yeah,
I'm trying to be as rated
or she hung up on them
PG
too,
as possible
you know.
here.
Why?
Right.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, I mean, I look at it this way. There's 3 different type of relationships,
All right.
maybe 4.
Okay.
Not really relationships, associations, depending where you at on the spectrum.
Okay.
Is that because of the
Right.
personality? Or
Right.
just
You can be somebody that's a fuck buddy. Your purpose is to satisfy me. Don't be calling me, telling me about your damn kids. Don't be telling me about work. What's up? You busy? You got condoms? Yeah. No. I pick some up on the way. Boom. It's on. We might cuddle and wake up in the morning. But you might be and then wash up, roll out. Or at night, depending on how tired I am or how much I was drinking. The second type of relationship is, you got friends with benefits. Friends with benefits is you fucking them, but he doing stuff with you. Or you got not gold diggers, or as my 10-year-old told me, a new terminology for girls that like guys with money. It's called Polly Pockets. He's 10.
I think that's hilarious.
He's 10.
I think it's hilarious.
Because he just broke up with his girlfriend in 4th grade because she was a Polly Pocket. And I was like, what the hell is a Polly Pocket? Oh, she found out I had a college fund and she wanted some of my money. So she's a Polly Pocket. She's like a gold digger. So I told her, you want me for my money? Like he could touch it, and then she left. But anyway, so then you have some
Polly Pocket.
I just learned that the other day from my 10-year-old. So 4th grade. So my grandson actually. Then you have what I call friends with benefits, which is more like a materialistic thing.
Right.
I give you this, and then you always hear like some people always say, "All these men you fucking and you ain't getting no money. All you ain't got no money, but all these motherfuckers you see." That's friend with benefits. I'm not with that. That's like straight horse city to me. I'm fucking you to get something, and if I want to have sex with you, it's because I want to have sex with you. It's not because you might just leave the money on the table if I'm doing it for something, and that's not cool.
So wait a minute. So hold on.
Go, that's
so
the-
all 4 of these Johns is John is a noun. It's a person, place, or thing. Known from Philadelphia, born and raised
Give
in
me that
Philadelphia,
Yeah.
created in Philadelphia. So these 4 Johns is 4 ways of dating. Is what you're about? Is what I'm what?
I'm gonna break it down for you.
All right. Okay. I just wanted
And
to
the
know
third
that
person
She's
was-
not the
is-
first woman that I've heard say that though.
But
Oh,
then
no,
the third
absolutely
person.
not.
You know,
The
but then
third-
we ask.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Then the third part I'm looking at as dating. You talk to each other. Y'all go out. You have conversations. Y'all do things together. Things like that. I ain't did that in a while. And but that's the typical stereotypical dating. You go out, the guy come pick you up, blah, blah, or you pick him up, y'all
Right,
have dinner,
right.
whatever. That's that. And then you're in a relationship. Committed relationship. Those are the type of different things out there. Now,
That's a lot.
I know, and it depends where you fit at. And it's like, all right, this is one guy I had. That's this one guy.
It's all right.
Past tense or present?
No, real shit, right? Real shit,
No,
right?
no, I,
No,
I
I'm
was
some
gonna
real
break
shit.
it
You
down.
know, I'm gonna get,
I got
I'm gonna get real.
I get it.
You get one guy I was dealing with. Straight fuck buddy. No rap, no nothing. But we grew, come over, drink a little bit, wind up, bam, whatever. So one day I'm talking to him and I said, so what do you want in a woman? What do you, you don't go out on dates. We just gonna fuck. He says, I ain't got time for all that. This is what I want. I want to be satisfied. And I think I would be what do you say? I think I would be misleading
I was
you
just saying misleading. No, just get rid of
if I start taking you out and as you say, courting
Well,
you.
at least he was honest.
And I'm not into that now. I'm a parent, single parent. I'm trying to do some things, and I'm not interested in a relationship. So I'm not going to date because my intention is if I date, I'm going to get in a relationship.
Mhm.
So at first, my first I was like,
All right.
motherfucker, oh, I ain't good enough to date. I'm just a fuck buddy. Oh, fuck this motherfucker. Then the second part came in was like, you know what? I respect the hell out of this brother.
Mm-hmm.
Because he came straight from the door,
Absolutely.
and this is what he want. You with it? Cool.
Or you're not.
You're not?
Right.
Cool. No hard feelings. We still can,
Right.
holler, whatever, but no. And
And he stuck to that. Now he stuck to that.
for 3 years, I had a fuck buddy for 3 years. 3 years.
And so because you was able to date and do whatever you wanted on the side, right? Okay, I get it.
And I didn't ask him who he was messing with, and he didn't ask who I was messing with. As long as he was strapped up and everything was safe,
I get it. I do get it. I do.
So
I
you
get
weren't
it.
looking for a husband at the time?
no. At that time, look, it was like a year. I ain't had no sex in a year. I ain't got time to be fucking courting. I need to get laid, and I need somebody to be able to feel that. You with it? Yeah, cool. Don't be running your mouth. You don't know that? Cool. And that's how that went. In 3 years, we were.
And no, though, in the
And
reality,
now you're looking for a
It
husband.
soun't a little weird.
Well, she
though.
was just
'Cause then
me.
you
Well,
actually-
I just got out of a
Yeah.
3-year relationship with my mate.
Mhm.
And the weird part about that was, we started out,
it's just
But-
that. Yeah.
and it's weird because, and I don't want to brag on myself or nothing, and I don't mean to sound so vulgar.
It's all right.
Yeah, man.
It's all right.
But most of the guys I've had fuck buddies, they just never looked. And then we wound up in a relationship for years. And it was like the attention was up,
was just yeah.
And my fiance that I that just passed away, and I'm the aggressive type. Like, I ain't got time to be playing no damn games. You know, with him, we talked, we conversed, and then, you know, I thought he was cute. I got this thing about bow-legged guys, don't get me wrong. It's just something about bow-legged dudes and tall guys. And he just, I got him drunk.
Wow.
But a lot of people start off
flipped
like
it.
that though.
I got him drunk for the purpose that I know what I wanted to do.
Right. But a lot of relationships start off that way. You know.
Sexual.
I know yours don't. I know yours don't, Belito.
But I want to know why she asked the question.
Belito's
Yeah.
like,
What?
baby.
Oh.
we're gonna
No, the way she explained it was like, I'm in this place of that.
Right.
You was in the place of, like you said, just looking for a fuck buddy. So then my question is, why did you ask him what he was looking
what he's looking for in a
and then
woman.
get offended?
No. That's two different people. The one that, why did I ask? Well, I said I got offended for a minute.
But I'm just asking why.
Yeah,
Well, I
why?
mean, why
Because
defend it,
based
period,
on
if
you said what your
already knew what
intention
he wanted?
was, so I'm just curious
Exactly.
why you even asked.
So,
Because as a woman, I think we still sometimes, even though it's just that still in the back of our minds, we're like, but you know what? Even though it's just this, it could possibly be this. But and because you get yourself caught up, like it's good.
So
Then
then
you're like, I just want it to myself. And then when you ask, and he's like, no, that's not what I want. Then you're like, well, wait a minute. So hold on. So all that
Because there was no conversation.
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Right,
And
absolutely.
that's
So,
the thing. So
I had
it's
to
like,
pull
what are you
myself
doing
back.
when you're
You pull
dating?
yourself back, right? You
It
have
was
to
like, wait a
You know,
minute.
and
But what are you doing when
recognize.
you're dating? It's like that's the understand. It's like, oh yeah, I'm dating. You know, you said earlier, you know, I'm at my 3, maybe 5, you know, and this and that, whatever. So at that point, if one guy is like really on you, like he's like calling you every morning, checking up on you in the afternoon, but you're like, oh no, I still got these other people over here. You know, I'm
No,
trying to
that's
get to know.
But no, that's what
like,
I
so
said.
how does that work?
But because believe me, consistency is usually what dwindles down the numbers. Many guys do not maintain that consistency. Like he was saying before, is the representative only stays but so long. Best believe eventually the representatives start to shave themselves off, and the one who is consistent and making those phone calls and showing that effort, they're going to shine and they're going to be the last man standing. And that's what I have seen happen.
For their intention?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Because some guys,
But,
like
but
you
I
said,
think
some guys
that's
got
what it
patience.
shows.
Some
Some
guys might
patience.
say, I'm willing to wait this out 6 months.
Right.
And then when they get what they
Then they
accomplish,
still bounce.
then they basically
What's
stop
the
all the
word?
calls and all
90-day
of this
rule.
stuff.
Right.
you know, so it's like, oh, that stuff.
And then I'll be mad.
Yeah, but
I'd be mad. Like, did I just wait 6 months of my time? But then,
And
like,
this ain't shit.
but then, like he said,
This-
the signs were there, and I
Right.
saw something else and saw right past that sign.
Yeah.
Because the signs are
they're
always there. And like I try to
women
teach
have
us,
intuition that men
and I
don't.
was just getting ready to say that. Like I try to
So,
teach
at
my
the end of the
friends,
day-
it's about intuition. Your
Mhm.
gut
You
tells you.
always-
Yeah.
Your gut tells you what it is.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I didn't hurt
You're
your
either going
feelings. You hurt your own
straight and your
feelings.
gut says turn.
True.
And yeah,
You know.
it's absolutely that way.
Yeah.
You know,
But that's
push
why,
it down,
like,
push it down, push it
when
down.
I was
Right.
younger,
I think the
didn't
guys
care.
play a part, though. I don't think it's all just their intuition.
No,
Like
like
some guys
listen,
are really conditioned to lie to women.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
Like you
well,
kind of taught that.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like, no,
I've
you can't be
caught
honest.
guys
Right.
It's
and
like even if a
lies.
woman tell you to be honest, it's like
She's lying.
you still gotta lie to me.
Yes.
No, I've had guys tell me like I thought I had to. Why would you have to lie about you being at work late or you doing this or you doing that? Because I thought that you were going. And I'm like, same thing. I'll tell my kids. Now you gonna have me mad about 2 things. I'm mad about whatever you thought I was going to be mad about, and now I'm mad that you lied
Right.
to me
But
about
that's how
it.
that's how they're conditioned. Though.
If you
I mean,
just
you're
tell me
exactly
up
right.
front, just let me be mad. At the end of the day, this most likely wasn't the first time. You already know if, for most part, guys know when a woman is in it and not going anywhere anytime soon. So it's like, why
You know,
even
within a
tell
few seconds.
the little lies? You know what I mean? It's not even big
people
lies.
tend
It's
to
the
play the
little
role though,
lies.
right? Everybody's not evolved.
No,
Belito
like-
at 20 years old.
no, I'm saying, well, I mean, by the time I was 20, I was already married.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Yeah,
I know you're not married right now, but still,
Yeah, I
it
was
was
already
still the
married
fact
at
that you were
20.
there.
Yeah, I was
I
married
told
at
her,
19.
I told her when I was 11 years old, I told her mom that she was gonna be my wife at 11. And her mom laughed.
Oh, you chance rapper, son.
Right.
So then, by the time we were, when we got married, she just looked at me and was like, wow, I remember when you told me, and I thought, I just laughed, and I was like, yeah, because when I first saw her, I was like, she's the one, that's her. When I first saw her, You know, so it's like, you know, life went on and everything, and I did my thing,
Aw.
whatever.
I want somebody like that.
But when I saw it, when we finally like, you know, reunited, it was just like, yo, I'm really serious, and you know, and it went from there. And we were married for 23 years. You know, things didn't work out. I guess, you know, we probably outgrew each other. I don't know, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. But once that relationship started to fade, I already knew. I was like, when this ain't working out, you know, I put my time in, try to make it work, but I knew that it wasn't going anywhere. So it was just like, all right, it's time to make the move, you know. So, but prior to making the move, I had to get back to myself because I put a lot of time into, you know, being a father, being a husband, and all those things. So now I had to get back to me and learning, okay, who am I today? Because I'm not that guy from 23 years ago. So I had to take that time to get to know who I am today. So I spent time alone just figuring that out. And once I figured that out, it was like I knew what I wanted. I was like, all right, this is what I want in life for me. And in order for me to get to, you know, accomplish this in life, then I'm going to need someone who can see my vision, support the vision, and then help the vision come to pass. So when I was like, I put that out there. I wrote down, I'm like, I mean, I need somebody, you know, she's, you know, someone who can manage, you know, someone who can, you know, who researches and reads and can write and can just help me with, you know, like I might be able to sit there and articulate what I want, but I can't put it on paper. So I need someone who can, you know, sit there and put it on paper and say, all right, this is what you said you wanted to do. And I can look at it and be like, wow, you know, I already knew that. So I met that. But, you know, like, for instance, like love at first sight. People like, anyone believe in love at first sight?
I do, sort of.
Lust at first sight.
All right.
Not love,
No,
not
sight.
love, but
I believe
love
in
at first
something at
sight.
first sight, but it's something, but it's almost love, but it's not. But it's
But see,
something though.
it could be. But see, here's the thing. If you're just looking out for sexual pleasures, then it's going to, you know,
Lust.
you're going to,
Absolutely.
you're going to see it when you're going to know because that's what you're looking for.
Right.
So you're going to see like, yeah, she's with it, you know. But if you're looking
Just
for
like
that,
how he says it.
yeah, I mean that's just what it is. You know, it's just what it is. You know, a woman can walk down the street and be like, oh, he can get it. You know,
All day.
all day.
Exactly.
So a guy can
All
look
day.
down the street. A guy can do the same thing.
Our
and be
neck
like,
hurts. We
yo,
be like, damn. Wait.
you know, yeah. So a guy can be the same thing. So like the law of attraction is basically whatever you're looking for, you're gonna attract. If you're looking for a fuck buddy, that's what you're gonna attract. You know, if you're looking for someone that you're gonna take you around the world and buy you things and all that, you're gonna attract that. But are you gonna be satisfied and fulfilled? You might not be. And the thing is, a lot of times we want things, but we don't write, you know, we don't have the full detail of what we want. I want a man, then the man just pop up and you're like, well, I didn't really want a short man. I mean, I want a tall man. But you didn't say you wanted a tall man, you said you wanted a man. So a man just
It's
popped
well, it's
up.
just like you have to be
Yes,
specific in your
yes.
prayers as well.
Yes.
You gotta be specific in your
Yeah,
prayers.
so I was
Everything that
specific.
you
So
do.
I think when you're
Yeah.
specific and you're vibrating at that frequency, if you are like, for instance, you know, I say I believe in love at first sight, and because I fell in love with whom I wanted before I met her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I knew what I wanted, and I fell in love with that. Like, yeah, that's what I want. Like, you know, like, yeah, she's gonna, you know, I want her to be like this. And so when I saw her and I felt that, I was like, dang, she is beautiful. Like, wow. You know, and I felt that connection. It was like, let me see what's going on with that.
So you might, to me, in my opinion, you might be like 1 out of 10 people.
You might no. He absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, maybe, but
No, I'm saying in real life.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like
think
most people-
but I think that, but I
Yeah.
believe that there's other people out there who, you know, I mean, you've heard of law of attraction and, you know, The Secret. I mean, all these things that you hear about. But how many of us
say
hear
1 out
these
of 10
things?
black people?
You know, but how
No, I just think
But here's the
period.
thing, but how many things do we learn or read or exposed to that we actually apply?
Right.
You know,
Right.
you know, it's like, I don't like my stomach, but if you just applied a couple sit-ups a day, your stomach will go away. But you're not applying it. It's not that you don't know how to do it. It's just that you're not applying it.
No, I
you know. And it's like, you know, you got all these guys that say, well, I don't know how to be a father. Or women who be like, well, I don't know how to be this. And, well, look, nigga, you didn't know how to fuck, but you figured that out. So you can't figure out how to be a father.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like at the end of the day, you whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to
Figure
do.
it out.
Right.
Whatever it is that you want, you're going to get. But
That's
It makes
that's-
logical sense.
It's logical.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is we live in a world that's not governed
It's
by
illogical.
logic.
Right. Right. Illogical.
Yeah,
Like we really live in a world that's governed
doesn't the
by.
Bible say be in the world but not of the world? And,
that's true.
And all the books, it doesn't matter if you read the Bible, the Quran,
But in the real world, we live in a world that's
all of
built
them
on
say be in the world,
lies
but not
and being
of
somebody
the
else.
world.
Right,
So
absolutely.
just because I'm in this world
which
of
is what
chaos,
to me is what
don't
social
mean you
media
have to
is.
be
but
a
I
part
have
of
to
it.
be a part of it.
Right.
No, I
You know?
understand that. But what I'm saying is, to me, what you're saying is logical and is correct. So in the world in general,
That's what I'm saying.
you might be like
World.
1 out of 10 people. Like everything you say, most people's experiences, and we live in a world where most of the time I feel like we're really taught to lie. Like to me, to a point where the truth is kind of like a bad thing.
Right.
Like actually dealing with the truth.
Absolutely.
Well,
Because
it's
people
like-
don't
but
tell
that's because
themselves
people-
the truth. People
Well,
lie
it's
to
a lot of
themselves.
things. It's like fake it till you make it.
But
Exactly.
You apply for a job, you embellish your credentials.
Right.
But for most people, you're taught that the lie is okay if you get the
If
result
it's a
that
white
you want.
lie, only if it's a white lie. You can tell
Well, not a
white lies,
white-
you know.
not
But
even
that's
a
what
white
it is.
lie,
People
but-
say white lie.
But people
lie is a
rationalize.
lie,
To me,
though,
people
right?
rationalize the lie is okay if I get the
Then it's
result that I
justified
want.
means.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
So
but
this is what leads guys to lie to women.
Mhm.
In a lot of cases, this is what leads women to do what they do. So it's kind of like, okay, guys are responding to the lie of the fake bodies. I'm
Right.
getting the fake body. So now every chick got a fake body.
Exactly.
Because the lies are getting the results. And
Exactly.
most people go, I don't really want to deal with the truth.
Yeah, so
it might
at the
take
end
me
of the
longer
day-
to find
so at the end of
somebody
the
with my
day-
natural hair
So at the end
and my
of the
real
day, we're all
personality.
responsible for what we're in.
Absolutely.
Because if whatever your perception is, whether you're going to be upfront and honest, or if you're going to be like, I'm just going to tell this little white lie, at the end of the day, the consequence that you bear is you brought that on yourself.
No, that's true.
Absolutely.
So we can't blame society. We can't blame anyone else because we made the decision to say, well, yeah, that's okay if I just, do this.
Well, I'm not blaming
Yeah.
society,
No.
but I'm saying in general.
But in
plays a
general,
part.
people are blaming somebody else.
A lot of
we're
times
blaming
you
the
really-
devil.
you really
we're
become
blaming the
indoctrinated
government.
in-
Right.
We blame the
What you do.
neighbor because
Right.
he
So
didn't
like
take
you
out his
saying-
trash.
It might be odd to you if a man actually comes to you and be sincere. Where I feel like that's not your fault.
Right.
You've kind of been indoctrinated in an environment we live in.
Absolutely.
9 out of 10 guys lie. So when you meet the
Exactly.
one that tells you the truth,
Right.
It's
it's
and I would
automatic for
say-
you to assume he a liar too, and
and
he
the
got to
thing
prove
is-
to you that he's not a liar.
Right.
And that's what it. And
You don't
that's
take
what
it at face
becomes.
value and go, I'm gonna
It
believe you're
isn't an
honest until you show me
automatic.
the lie.
Exactly. It's not an automatic no, but the side eye.
Right. 'Cause
So
what
for
feel
me,
like,
I
I'm not-
try
didn't
my
attract
best
that.
not to judge people
Yeah,
right
but we
off.
did.
Yeah, but that's how I feel like I didn't attract that. I didn't attract
What?
him to lie to me. I didn't
Right.
attract the liar. I didn't
Well,
attract somebody
if
who's
you were
dishonest.
truthful with yourself, then
You know.
the truth would have came out. But you lied to yourself in the morning. So by the time you met this guy, all the lies had already built up. So now you're going to attract more lies. You're focusing. You're like.
And I know that's true. Don't get me wrong. I know what you put out is what
But
you
you
get
hear what
back.
I'm saying?
But
Yeah, so
that
it's
part,
like-
I don't like that part.
Yeah,
Because that may
but
not
it's
how
the
I felt
truth.
in the day.
It's the
I think,
truth
yeah.
because
I
everyone
think
is
it's to a
sensitive
certain
right now.
extent.
But
Right.
see,
I
but
think
here's
it's to
the
a
thing
certain
though. But
extent.
here's the thing. Just like you,
Because we
whatever
can't
you're
make
gonna-
somebody else do so. So each person
It's not about
is
making
coming
anyone else.
with their own issues
Yeah.
and their own thought process and their own energy. And so the only part that I do think that we lie to ourselves about sometimes
It's dealing
is
with our
what
own
we're
issues.
feeling.
Dealing with our
So
own
we
issues.
might think like, I think I'm kind of feeling him. He kind of cute. I think I like what he said.
That doubt.
So it's like,
But I think-
either you're feeling it or you're not.
Your
And the thing
experiences,
is,
shape your reality. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but,
So what I'm
but
saying
the
in a lot of
reality.
Like for me,
But what you got to first understand, what is your reality?
well, I'll say this.
Are you in the matrix or not?
My wife might tell me, if things go left, I'm not the type of woman that will ever take you to like child support court and all
Right.
these things, right?
right.
My reality says
Yes, you will.
you're still a woman. If things go left, I don't know how emotionally you're going to feel at the time or something go left or whatever. Even though you told me this for 20 years, 10% of me says you're a woman and your behavior is unpredictable when the cage
And
is
you know
wrapped.
what else
But
though?
see,
No,
that starts
but
with the
wait.
thought process.
But no,
Because you're
but
thinking
listen.
like that,
If he goes by
It can-
that,
you-
right?
it-
But I'm
Let's say
thinking that
you-
for me.
but
I gotta
listen,
expect
right.
that.
But
So I
guess
don't
what?
feel like
If you
I
don't-
can't believe
I
you
don't
did this
expect
to
nothing
me.
but
You
But
That's
always
listen,
said.
but what
It's
if
like,
you say,
That's-
okay, I'm going to take her word for it, right? And you say, I believe you, I'm not going to take any precautions, but then it happens. What does everybody want to say to you then? Oh man,
stupid.
you stupid.
Who cares about
You
what
should have
everyone
known.
says?
But
Who cares
the
what
thing
everyone
is,
says?
it's you have the ability to protect yourselves from that. Now that's something that's
Yeah,
a
you
natural
protect
human
yourself.
thing. You
Yeah.
want to protect yourself from harm. Just
Mhm.
like if you have kids, you want to protect your children from harm.
Do you
So
take
what do we
people's
do?
word 100%?
I don't take anything personally.
No, I'm saying, do
So-
you take people's word 100%?
Meaning what? Like explain. Like give me an example per se.
Period.
Like, say for me,
To
it's people
I think
that
your
for
word
me,
is bond.
they
That's
my,
it. You messed
you know,
that
my
up.
friends, my family,
Mm-hmm.
people that I think is really solid individuals.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm naturally conditioned to believe that somehow, because we're all human,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, most people are going to look out for themselves first in situations. So as much as I expect you to be 100 all the time,
Mm-hmm.
my natural instinct is that I'm good if I get 90%. So to me, that's what I'm saying. That's how I look at my wife. It's like, yo, 100% of me wants to say, you would be this honorable person to all of that.
That's
Right.
where.
But 10% of me, just because of I live in the world,
And
and I'm basing it on
and
what
that's
I
okay.
see.
And that's
Yeah,
dating.
but
Right.
but here's the
And that's
thing.
dating.
Yeah, but even like going back to dating, if I'm dating or if I'm per se if I'm dating, before I go out on a mission to date, I'm already putting it out there that I'm going to meet someone who's funny. I'm going to meet someone who's attractive. So I'm not putting all these the nays out
Gotcha.
there.
Yeah.
I don't care. If there's gold diggers out there, I'm not going. No, they're not even going to see me when I walk outside.
Gotcha.
The only one that's going to see me is that person who's looking for a funny company. Company that's going to make her laugh, company that's going to make her feel good about herself, and company that's not going to make her feel uncomfortable.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
You're putting
Yeah,
out
you
and
put
you're
it out
saying
there.
that
You-
this is what
you
I'm.
know,
I get
So
that.
so if I'm not if someone comes to me and says if my lady says listen if anything ever happens I'm not going to take you to child support. Listen, that's not going to happen because before we even had a child, I already said that I'm not going to have any issues in my relationship with the mother of my child that's going to result in child support. I'm already putting it out there because I control my domain. So it's like I'm in the world, but I'm not of it, meaning that this is my world. So when you come into Belito's world, there's nothing but peace, love, and prosperity
I got
here.
a girlfriend that
So keep your
thinks
drama out
just
there.
like him.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
me.
like I don't
So
care
much. Ridiculous.
what issues you may have,
Right.
and at the end of the day, people who feel negative, they're not even going to interact with me.
Now I have a question.
No, So you're gonna do your dating.
Yeah, because
Yep, do
if
your
you
own-
as far as dating is concerned, you ever met somebody that you thought was a certain type of person, and then when you get into the relationship, they're totally somebody different? Have you ever experienced that?
I know I haven't
Because
if
they
they were
front,
right,
but
but something happened where I had to be like, wait a minute, did that just happen? All right, wait a minute, let me write this
this ain't
down.
the same
And
dude
then if
I
it happens
started
again,
dating.
it's like, yeah, I mean,
but
I
that's
believe what he
your
said.
discernment is in, like,
There's still signs.
There's
though.
signs.
And
There's
some people
some type
play
of sign.
facade. They'll put this
100%,
facade up
yeah.
that they're this type of person. They're loving, they're caring, they're understanding,
But they're
and
still
they're there
But
for you.
listen,
But
And
there's-
then the thing you know, the
Can
next
you-
day is just
But there's
Well,
a
that's
sign.
what I said.
saying-
Sometimes I feel
We're
like
not paying attention to the
circumstances
signs.
dictate that.
I was about to
And
say,
and
for my
sometimes-
situation, I can definitely
if people
say,
change
as-
under pressure or different circumstances.
exactly.
right?
So
Crazy, right?
whether it's you end up living together, whether you end up having children together, somebody can be an awesome boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and not great when it comes to having children. They don't know how to split that time. They have other issues. Or it could be vice versa. I've seen people where they're great parents, but they're not good in relationships. But some of these things you don't see until you're in the thick of it.
yeah.
So you won't know. So some people say, don't move in until you get married. Well, you get married, y'all move in, and
Y'all
the
can't
person's a
say
slob. They're nasty. Everything that you're used to and what you create in your home to make yourself comfortable is completely opposite of what this person does and how they do things. So now you have to learn how to coexist, and things get rocky. I think that's where it goes back to the stick to itness of a situation, going in for the long haul and going through things. But you don't always see the whole person from day one. because circumstances will change people.
Mhm.
They don't know
Well,
themselves in that. I
I
don't know
You
myself
don't
as a
call yourself
parent.
at first.
I mean,
I don't know myself as a
People
parent
evolve and change.
until I have
Yeah,
a child,
people
so you
evolve
can't
and
know me as a
change.
parent.
But if I'm talking to you and I express myself to you as to how I am and what I do, my practices and everything, if you're paying attention, then you're going to know that, okay, this guy is probably not for me, or, you know, I can, you know, you already know if you're listening to me. But if you're just stuck on my dreamy eyes, or he got how many eyes.
So what if you
know,
change in a relationship?
Yeah, like what if
the
you tell
change
them
has,
everything
so what
she
is-
want to
how
hear?
much can one, I mean, how
All right,
much
so
can a
I mean,
person
I'll give
change?
it like a personal example. It's not my
But they were
example,
fake
but
from
it's
the
like
beginning.
this is my friend's example, right?
Mhm.
So maybe when they met, they maybe it was more like they going out, and then I think they was parents young, right?
Mhm.
So then sometimes over time, maybe I'm used to certain things, either sexually or just the things that we do to have fun and do things, right?
Mhm.
Now, what if over that time, I decide to become religious, somewhat, right?
Mhm.
And I overdo it. Like I just go from 0 to 100 Jesus freak.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Sometimes, like my partner might support that, but now I might change. I'm a totally different person,
Mm-hmm.
and because I want to be this, right? Maybe it becomes about me. So sometimes there's a lot of selfishness in relationships where people go, "This is what I want to do."
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Now, even though I'm expressing that to you as my partner, after a while, I'm supporting it because you're my partner.
Yeah,
But
but
then
you're
it's-
expressing, because religion and spirituality are two different things.
Well, I'm using religion, not
Yeah,
spirituality.
Yeah, so
But what I'm saying
it's-
is sometimes that might happen. So now you turn into this totally different person, right?
Mhm.
And then now this is something that we got to work through. But
Why?
sometimes things like that
But why do we have to work through it?
drive people apart.
Yeah.
Why do we have to work through it? If what we started is no longer there, then there's no point of working through it. If you become a Jesus freak, and I'm not into the Jesus freak, well, I'm more of a spiritual person who acknowledges all spirituality. You know, and when I mean spirituality, I'm talking about, because people talk about Jesus, but they don't even follow Jesus.
And what we're gonna do is talk about spirituality and different things on a whole nother show.
You know?
All right, we are. We're definitely gonna do that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna talk about on a whole nother show. So if you didn't get what dating is,
We still don't know.
you got a new word for today. Polly pocket. All right, you got polly pocket. Is another term for gold digging. If he's a polly pocket, now would he
She's
be
a poly. She's a poly pocket.
Oh, the guys gold dig too.
We could go Paul Pocket, I guess. I don't know.
Polly Pocket's gonna do
We're gonna
that.
call him a polly
It
pocket.
doesn't have any
A
gender.
polly pocket and a polly right. It's non-gendered.
It's not
He
gender.
pocket. All right.
Watch your pockets.
From the 10-year-olds, fourth grade.
And I will say, it's funny when and wrapping up when you guys were talking and all, and Belito said something that he said when I saw her I knew, you know what I mean. In my head I'm hearing Jamie Foxx sing, when I first saw you I said, oh my, that's my dream. And I was like, I know. So that's all I heard in my head. I couldn't even listen to the rest of the sentence. I just heard him saying, when I first saw you. That's my song. So we're going to end on that note. When I first saw you, I said, oh my, that's my dream. This was What is Your Definition of Dating? Again, we are the Fab and the Furious. We hope you check us out every week. You know what day, you know what time, you know the links. And again, you can follow everybody on Instagram. Belito is at Who is Belito Garcia. Naomi is at Nay_AKA_Phoenix. Cassandra is at CZM5847. Kahaun is at KAHAUN. And I am at Roxi Fab on everything. And that's with an I and not a Y. We'll see you next week.